Alright everybody, welcome to the channel. I ain't gonna get into a whole bunch of hey how you doing. This is for anybody that has a 98 plus Ranger with a 302 small block Ford in it, and you are stuck with trying to find headers, and instead of rocking these terrible flowing Johnnies, I started talking to people in groups, started trying to figure out a set of headers that'd work. And Hedman, I don't actually have the part number, but it will be listed in the description below, so make sure you look at it. I threw all my paperwork away like a dummy without even making sure they fit. Yeah, so these are the headers that so far are starting to clear. Everybody says they clear, which the big part is the steering shaft, in my opinion. And on the passenger side, you have to beat in a couple of the tubes. It doesn't affect it flow wise. I mean, they're not the biggest, but they're gonna flow better than that. So this is what they look. All right, so I've only got one bolt there and a back bolt. So if you look where your plate is mounting, it hits right here on the number 2 bank, and then, sorry for the shoddy quality, and right there, if you wanted to, you could either A, cut the stud, or B, you can dent the header in. I'm probably just gonna dent the header in a hair, since I'm gonna pull it back off. Somebody told me to go ahead and dent that one in, and I've actually already done it. I'll show you the denting that I have to do after I do it. And at the back, the collector aims down a hair, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to hit this in, which is all just, pretty sure it's just pinch weld, but, well, pinch weld and heat shield, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to beat all that in. So I'm gonna work on that. I don't have the full exhaust made up for the truck. I plan to take it to an exhaust shop tomorrow. So hopefully they fit, which these are on Edelbrock 190 cc heads. So I don't know how they'll fit on GT40 heads, or, you know, stock, which I can't even think of, like stock Mustang heads. But so far, this is how the passenger side, you can't tell, but I have plenty of clearance from collector to starter, and all the tubes look pretty good so far. But yep, I'm gonna pull this back off, beat it in, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like in just a second. Alright, excuse the messy shop, but, and it's very crudely done, but I beat the headers in. I just use a regular claw hammer. I'm gonna throw some paint on those before I actually install them, but that should be all the clearance you need, because I'd already done here, but it was more up towards here that I was hitting. I just hit them before I even put them in, because like I said, somebody said number 2 it hits, and I just wanted to go ahead and knock that one in a little bit, but you won't ever see it when it's on the truck. So alright, I'm gonna try to reinstall it, and let's look at it again. Alright, so back, I ended up, you know, beating those in decently. If you can look, I ended up shaving off some of the top of that bolt with just a grinding wheel, just because I didn't really want to shoot a whole bunch of sparks. Still did though. So this had a heat shield on it. It was already coming off, so the only thing I did was come in here with a Sawzall and cut strips in that pinch weld and bent them back And that should be good enough. I'm probably gonna hit them back a little bit more before I reinstall the header. Another thing, depending on how serious you want to go with your headers, I did it just for fun. You can always port match them, which there's plenty of room for improvement if you look. If I can get them to hold right. Sorry. As you can see, there's still a lot of material. There's still material, which this isn't Hedman's gasket. This is the gasket I took off. I've got Hedman's over there. But as you can see, there's still a lot of material that you could take off if you really wanted to. As you can see, I got in there some. I didn't really go too crazy, but I told you I'd find it and put it somewhere in the description. I still will. Oh, if the light will work with me. There's the part number. 88400. Just go on to Summit or Hedman's website and just type in 88400. I think it's for like a 60s to 70s model Mustang to make them fit, but everybody says they fit on a Ranger, so we're gonna make them work. Passenger side going good. Let's see how driver's side is, and change your ball joints, kids. Video is going all over the place, but I'm here to tell you, check your bolt holes, because that one looks a little bit funny, you know, right there. You know, the rest of them, that one's kind of, but it's not bad. That one's a little. That one won't let a bolt go through. So yeah, you can see how it's got all the excess metal on the inside there. But so yeah, check your bolt holes. Alright, so it's been probably about 30 minutes to an hour. Headers on, passenger side. I should have enough clearance to come out and go down. As you can see, I did beat that in a little bit more, and I put some heat tape, whatever you want to call it. I had some from a previous thing I did, but overall it fits good. Yeah, I beat up the headers quite a bit. I'm trying to just show any angle I can. Like I said, you've got to hit this one in or else it will hit. And then with that, like I said, I just shaved off the head of the bolt. I hit it in the completely wrong spot, but oh well. So yeah, if you just shave the head of the bolt or even just grind it flat, you won't have any issues. You do get these headers, like I said, check all your bolt holes. And if you are actually running stock heads, run a tap through your hole or your threads on the head. A lot of these bolts, which somebody had replaced mine, which that was an exhaust bolt because I'm a dingo. So yeah, so somebody had put the shorter ones with brand new bolts and used the old rusted ones with the thicker portion right there. I think there's another spot maybe. But chase your threads, you will be happy you did. And also remove that little guard and beat that flap in. You can't see it the best because, like I said, I've got it taped slightly. The only thing it'll do is just maybe put a little bit of heat on your passenger side floorboard. And I still got to do driver's side next, but I just want to show you, should have plenty of clearance for an exhaust shop to run something. Alright, so I haven't mocked anything up yet, but driver's side, just know You will need to take the steering shaft out so you can get your, not out all the way, just take it loose so you can get your factory, or you get your header out. Oh man, that gasket's stuck. Alright, well. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, I haven't started mocking it up yet, but just wanted to give you heads up. First things first, make sure you take that out. And I don't know how it is running on a fuel injected setup on these. Mine is carbureted. So I'm gonna see if I can remove this old return line. And for people that are running these, do you have the same oil relocation kit? I mean, thought that was pretty cool. Whenever I got the truck, I noticed it. I was like, oh, oil changes are gonna be a breeze. So yeah, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm about to start mocking up, but just remember, steering shaft out. It's not hard. Alright, for y'all it's 2 seconds. For me it's been about 15-20 minutes because I've been thinking. Alright, so steering shaft hits number what, 6 cylinder, primary, whatever you want to call that. No clearance. Okay, it hits there. Everywhere else on the steering shaft it clears. Now, excuse me, oh, this hurts a little bit. Climb underneath. Talk to you about that return line. Super close. Don't know if you can rebend it, change it. If you are fuel injected, don't know how you ran your lines, but super close. Next thing, it is hitting this brake line. I'm going to remove that return line and try to bend the brake hose right here. I can't really do it, show you. I'm gonna try to bend it out of the way so it's off the header. Final thing, if you want it to come down, as you can see, this ear on the trans, well, the bell housing, is in the way. Now, you might be able to snake it through there, but this truck is running a T5. It's a greasy T5, but it's a T5. And so, if you know anything about T5s, they use a pull style cable clutch, you know, pull style cable. Well, the guy that built this truck, he actually mounted up a slave cylinder off the factory system, and it's some engineering, I'll say that. Metal plate, super strong, super stout, no issues with it. And he said screw the cable, and he actually just used a rod. So, knowing that, I am probably gonna sawzall this ear of the bell housing off. Yes, I know if something ever happened, I pulled this motor, put it in a Mustang or anything, essentially it's useless. But I don't think I'll ever pull the trans out of here to slap in something else, or the motor. Yeah, so this ear going bye-bye. Now, like I said, you could probably fit it. I'll test fit it before I cut it, but that's already a little bit too close for comfort, and I'd rather have the extra room, have them be able to come out right here. Well, you can't see that, but I can. They come out right here, cross over the trans, and then go back to my side pipes. So yeah, I'm gonna look, but this is probably going bye-bye. I know this hard line's going bye-bye, and that brake line is getting moved, and number 2 primary is getting dented in. So as I get all that stuff taken care of, I'll catch back up with you in about 2 seconds for y'all. Phone died, so I about didn't do an outro, but we're finishing of it. So header's on. As you can see, I pulled the brake line back some and wrapped it in heat tape. I had to move this one, I had to pull it, and then pull this other one. Plenty of room in between the steering shaft number 2. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. Plenty of room to go down low. I did end up cutting the, alright, focus. I did cut the ear off the bell housing. There's one thing you will have to get for this that is on the driver's side. If you have a 302 block with not the front cover, like 289 style, where the dipstick's in the front, then you will need a new dipstick. So mine had a chrome tube going down to it with some chintzy little hook style. I could not get it bent around the header good enough with it being hard pipe, so I am gonna have to suspend driving it. Sadly, I am disgusting at this point because I'm having to wait on shipping for one. I might check and see if AutoZone or O'Reilly's or somebody has one, but for now it's gonna be probably wait about a week for me. I still want to go get the exhaust done tomorrow. Don't know if I will yet, but if I do, I will post up a sound clip at the end of this video, which is right now for me, because I'm about to go to bed because it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Overall, I'd give this job about a 6 out of 10. It's not that bad, but if you don't do this type of stuff a lot, then it would be troublesome. If you don't hack job some stuff together, like me bending that pinch weld down, you're gonna have some issues. Overall, do I think that it's gonna be worth it to have the headers on here? 100%. Now, do I wish that I could fit bigger headers? Yeah, of course. I wish I could fit long tubes. And I wish I could fit 1 3/4 or 1 5/8. Because I think these are 1.5 inches, which is, they'll do for what they are. I knew I couldn't fit anything bigger without a lot of cutting and welding and everything. So with how it sits right now, buy a flexible dipstick. You'll need that. I'd buy the metal style gaskets for your headers, because Hedman sent these, and I've never had good luck with them. I've always had leaks out of them on multiple different vehicles. Overall, a little bit of moving, a little bit of cutting, a little bit of adjusting. Not that bad. You want to rate it on like a beer drinking schedule or beer drinking scale, I'd list it as a 4-beer job. You'll drink the 4 beers before you're done, but that's about how bad it is. I did this in a night. Yeah, it's 3:12 now, and I probably started on it around 11, taking my time, trying to video, trying to show everything, trying to think of how the best angles. I probably spent about 30 minutes trying to figure out how to do something with that dipstick letting my phone charge because it died. And so you win some, you lose some, and I lost that battle, but the headers are on, so I'm pumped. I'm not gonna crank it because it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I would wake up everybody in my household, and I don't want to do that. So that being said, I will see y'all on the next one, or see y'all in a couple minutes, whenever, however long for y'all, whenever I get the exhaust done and going. And for those that don't know, which should be everybody because I haven't ever posted a video on it, this truck is a 98 with a 302. It's got a little B cam in it, Edelbrock 190cc heads, 1.7 crane roller rockers, Edelbrock air gap intake. It's a dual plane. It's got a 1-inch spacer on top with a Holley 650 double pumper brawler. Now I've got the Hedman Hedders. I'm gonna have them run 2.5-inch piping back to my X pipe, back to 2 Black Widow 10-inch mufflers, out to dual side exits that are teardrops. And this is what they look like now. So X pipe, Black Widows. There's my bung for my AEM gauge, and then I've just got piping out to 2 teardrops. And if you want to know how to make those, they're super easy. You buy a 180 or U-bend, whatever you call it. Oh man, my shop is disgusting. But you find the point right here, and you literally cut across on both sides, and you'll have 2 equal teardrops. Super easy, not hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah, so like I said, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Yeah, thanks for watching, appreciate it. Hope this video helps somebody. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or message me. I don't mind asking, helping the best I can for what I can. If somebody told me randomly on Facebook it'd fit, and they fit. Yeah, I had the massage, but hey, it beats those iron headers or manifolds. So appreciate y'all. Alright, this is gonna be the end of the video. I am at work on break real quick, but I just wanted to give y'all the final update with the exhaust and everything. So I did have the exhaust ran today. Still got my teardrops underneath, Black Widows. I don't know how well it's gonna pick up X pipe, and they ran new piping all the way. I had 2 V-bands welded in, X piped, Black Widows, side pipes. And they were able to connect to the collector super easy. One thing I was bummed about, apparently those, I don't know if they were a true 2.5 or if they were 2 1/4, but they had to run 2 1/4 from there to there, and you can see where it crosses over back into 2.5, and then the rest of the system is 2.5. Same thing off that one, 2 1/4 down, and then it swapped to 2.5 right there, and it was 2.5 all the way back. As you can see, headers have started burning off all the coating quite nicely. Still no issues. Fitment issues are actually pretty good. You know, going with all the extended video of beating in and everything that I had to do last night. So far, so good. Any issue? No issues over here. Have good spark plug layout. Only issue I still have is just figuring out the issue on the dipstick. Right now I have a bolt into the old dipstick. I cut off the end, stuck it in there. It's sealed up, so it's not gonna leak. But here is startup. Overall, I say they were a huge upgrade. With driving to work today, I noticed that my my response in throttle was a lot better. It would idle better. It would cruise better at like actual cruising speeds. What else? The exhaust popped a lot more, which, depending on your system, I wanted mine louder, but it would do a lot more pops and bangs. Obviously I'm catless. I'm not gonna run cats because it's an off-road vehicle only. But 10 out of 10, I would buy them. I'd install them. But hopefully this video helps everybody. I don't really have anything else to say except buy the headers. They're worth it. You got to put a little bit of work in, but the reward is 1,000 times better than running those crappy stock Explorer manifolds. So if you like this video, if it helps, like, ask any questions. I'm free to help. I don't mind. And hopefully I'll be uploading more videos on the truck. I've got some more stuff I want to do to it. Planning to lower it quite a bit, but in due time. Thanks for watching.